Apologies for being a little late. I was out today, so and I didn't do C until like 3 o'clock. It's like almost 6 now, so apologies, guys. But we are back once again with another video for Revelations of Dust. Is this event worth farming for? I know some of you guys have been asking me, is this event worth farming for? Is this event worth farming for? Right, let's get right into it. And game players, as always, is this event worth farming for? To keep things very, very simple for you guys, no, it's not. If you guys look at D3 map as of right now, we have Roombas. If you guys have been farming 7-2, especially if you guys have been playing the first 2 years of this game, 7-2 is like our home territory. We don't need any more of these prints. Like I'll go over here right now. I will show you guys my Roomba prints. I'm currently at 490 of these. Yeah, I made quite a lot as well too. So you don't need Roombas. I hope you guys don't need Roombas. If you guys are endgame players, you guys need Roombas. There's something wrong. We don't need Roombas. So hard pass on that. Regardless, though, Royal Oak does drop in D3 as well too. So if you're an endgame player, you're probably gonna farm this map to save the 8,000 points you need for the. So that's what you're probably gonna do. Everything else though, D2 meh, D1 okay, but still kind of meh. The other maps, don't even bother with it. You guys should have enough gear for this, so I wouldn't just bother with it. So endgame players, just farm D3, get your Royal Oak drop, get the amount of points you need for a shop, and just be on with your day. Mid game players, now this is where we're gonna change things up a little bit. As an end game player, you're going to need maybe a few of these considering how much you have of them overall. Now, Roombas, they aren't the best anti-air by all means, but they're still pretty good. Like, these are my go-to anti-air. If I just want to toss something on, it gets the job done. These are your go-to anti-air. Also, Royal Oak drops here as well too, so again, can't go wrong with D3 at all. It's a very, very good map to farm. Next, D2. This is probably like the only gun that's good for KGV, King George V. So if you guys have her, need a gun, toss this one on, I guess. Otherwise, this gun is terrible. I just don't bother with it. It's a terrible, terrible gun. If you guys want this gun for just KGV, though, go ahead and farm for one. But there's a lot of ways of obtaining it. I wouldn't bother farming D2 though. Just stick with D3 if you have to pick one. Now D1. This is going to be an early and mid-game player kind of advice for you right here. These hood guns, these are called hood guns by the way. Fast gun is really good for farming. If you guys have like 2 of these, I definitely recommend farming at least 2 of these. Otherwise, if you have more than this, don't farm it. But having 2 of these is very, very nice. A very, very nice place to farm by all means. If you guys want to have just 1 or 2 of these. But keep in mind though, there's many, many ways of obtaining this gun. Gear, research. I don't know, no, shop doesn't give it anymore, but gear research gives a lot of these, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue though. But having 1 or 2 of these, specifically 2, it's really nice to have. Trust me. Now, there's also a really good map as well too. Not C3, C3 just skip that. C1 is also like purple, I think only, so skip that. C2, or C1, C3 and C1, my bad. C2. Gold Barracudas. Now, again, these aren't the best parallel bombers anymore. There's like 3 or 4 of them that's way better than this one. But it still gets the job done. I still use these from time to time if I'm very, very lazy. I don't want to swap gear around. It gets the job done. If you guys are an early mid-game player, this is definitely a good place to farm. Because Gold Barracudas are probably something you're going to use quite often. I know a lot of the newer mid-game players, especially because we have Argus and Implacable available as of right now. Not to mention some of you guys have like Enterprise, Akagi, Kaga. You guys probably have a lot of carriers, so having these kind of torpedo bombers are going to be very, very beneficial to have as a early to mid game player. So if you guys have enough of parallel bombers, skip these by all means. But if you guys don't, definitely recommend getting a couple of these, maybe like 4 or 5 of these. Otherwise, if you guys are good as a mid game player, just farm D3 like everyone else is. Early game player, I usually tell people to farm B3 for this, and I do recommend farming B3. Has some decent amount of gear there, like The 406 MK6 is available. It's overall just like a really good place for you to farm. So highly recommend if you guys just want to just farm somewhere, go to B3. You get Royal Oak to drop there, and you get some neat stuff like purple Roombas, which are okay anti-air, and then the 406 MK6 also very solid as well too. Now, if you guys can't push the extra mile, you guys got that Royal Oak drop. I highly recommend trying to get to C2. C2, again, you get these gold barracudas. If you guys have formidable, use these planes as well too. Very nice to have as well too. Overall, a much better upgrade for you guys to farm out because you have a lot of carrier stuff. Oil tanks are nice as auxiliaries until you guys get more steam gold catapults, gold barracudas, solid parallel bombers, and then if you guys have Formy, also solid planes as well too to have on her as well too. So farm B3 minimum, but if you guys can though, I would definitely recommend going to C2. It's gonna be a much easier place. It's also not that hard as well too. It's like level mid 70s or something, like low 80s or between 75 80 I think is what C2 is. So it shouldn't be that hard. Get like level 90 ships. They'll just blast through it. I know some of you guys may think level 90 is like a stretch for a lot of players out there. Let's get some limit breaks in, and you should be okay. But if not, though, just stick to B3 and farm that map. Otherwise, I would definitely try to push for C2 if you guys can. Now, shop rewards. We have a unique gear this time around. These Fairy Firefly 1771 or 1771 NAS. I'll probably make a separate video about this, but overall, though, these planes are not that great. These are dive bombers. There are a lot of good dive bombers in the game. As of right now, well, not a lot. It's probably like 3 or 4. But these aren't amazing though. But if you guys want, because it is a one-time only kind of thing, I highly still recommend buying it. Otherwise, though, the usual stuff as always, guys. Cog chips, both of them, specifically the arrays here. These are very limited. Always grab these. The prints, if you guys aren't done with your PR seasons as of yet, which are probably most of you guys, grab the UR ones first. Grab the SSR ones second. Grab your SSR cat boxes if you guys want them. Grab some augment stuff. These are actually pretty nice to have. You guys don't missing some EXP. Making augments nowadays is actually really good, especially when we have all these new augments that are available for new ships that are old ones like Hood's augments, Illustrious augment, Maya's augment. A lot of recent ones lately. So having more of these augment EXP to make this kind of gear is actually pretty nice. It makes a lot of old ships a lot better. So can't go wrong with it. But I would definitely just buy this like near the middle after the shop after you got the priority stuff. Otherwise though, these things will eat your points alive. So try to stay away from buying it like right away. Unless you really need it. Oil if you need farm as well. Everyone needs to farm, so always buy oil. Coins if you need coins. Oil if you cola if you need food stuff. New players if you guys need purple plates, which are probably most of you guys, definitely buy these out as well too. Early as well too. If you need gold gear, RNG, some boxes. This is like 5,000 points total or so. So can't go wrong with that. Royal Oak, don't buy her. Try to get her as a drop first or pull her, and that will save you a lot of points at the end. And lastly, gear skin boxes. This could be like a first priority for you. Depends on what kind of player you are though. Otherwise though, if you guys have a lot of coins, just buy it from the shop. It's like 7,000 coins. Like me right now, if I see it available in the shop, I just buy it. So don't waste your points on it. Try to get it from like the shop here if you really want to. Otherwise, though, if you guys clear out the shop or whatever, just buy the boxes. But try to avoid buying them. You're better off just spending coins on these things right here, for at least if you're farming a lot at least. And as for milestone rewards, as always, it's probably going to be the 50,000 once again for a lot of active players. Can't go wrong with the 2 UR prints at the end, so always solid. Otherwise, though, if you guys want to take it a little bit of a slower pace this time around, 30,000, since this event doesn't have much to farm overall in general, 30,000 points is very solid to get the UR bullet. Assuming you guys don't have enough of these, definitely recommend getting this, especially as a new player. Good stopping point. Otherwise, if you want to push a little more, 5,000 points more will get you 2 more UR prints. Also very solid. So active players go for 50,000. Little casual players go for 35,000. Everyone mid to early, should definitely go for the extra UR Bullen because a lot of you guys are probably missing this, especially as a new player. So can't go wrong with it. I recommend doing this minimum though. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck farming as always, guys. If you guys are farming, otherwise just chill out or do whatever. This is a pretty laid back event. Nothing really to farm here. Not like the Yorktown 2 event where we have to go crazy over those Havar planes. I know I went crazy for those planes, so take it easy, chill out. If you guys want some extra stuff, go ahead and farm for that. Otherwise, though, it's just a normal event with UR stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.